It's a beautiful morning today with a slight rain, and looks like it's going to be sunny later this morning. I am heading up towards the Chamunda temple, which you can see on the left. Speaking of Chamunda temple, it's the temple of Kali, one of the fiercest goddess, which removes fear from the minds of devotees. It's 5 in the morning, quite early in the morning, and as you can see, the ambience is beautiful. Let's take a photo of this temple. Moving on, I'm taking the road from Sankamol towards Chasol, and from Chasol towards the historic temple of Balkumari. We can see the temple of Balkumari. It's a beautiful temple, a historical temple that dates back to almost 7th century. The origin is quite debated, so it's supposed to be built between 7th to 17th century. So the lens that I'm using today is the Leica 42.5mm f1.2 lens. And throughout my photography session today, I'll be shooting mostly at its widest aperture. There is a pond near the Balkumari temple. It's a beautiful pond, old and historic, and I can see a nice composition with the temple in the background and the pond in the foreground. I'm on the ring road, and as you can see, the road is wet with the rain, and I can see blue sky. The clouds are parting away, so I can see a nice composition from here. Crossing the road and over the bridge, I can see in the background some old excavators, all yellow in color. Looks like an interesting subject, with the river in the foreground and the excavator in the midground, and I can also see some people on the banks. And also a pedestrian walking over the bridge. Heading up the ring road, I have now reached the location called Guarco Chowk, in other words Guarco Square. It is a junction and I'm taking the road on my left towards Imadol. This location is also known as Tiagal Toll. Heading up the road, I can see a small bridge next to a big one over a small river, and a pedestrian crossing this small bridge. Looks like an interesting angle to take a photograph. Patan, or Lalitpur, is home to 4 Buddhist stupas built by the great emperor Asoka. And this is one of the 4 stupas built by the Mauryan emperor Asoka during the 3rd century BC. It is known as Tetathura or Eastern Stupa, and more commonly as Asoka Chaitya or Stupa. Heading up the Asoka Stupa, this location is Imadol, and I'm going to take the road on my right towards a historic town of Lubhu. Moving on, I come across beautiful rice fields with a beautiful greenscape, and in the very center of the rice field I can see a tree, so looks like a nice composition. I really like the greenery here, beautiful. It is a beautiful morning today. I can see the sun peeking through the clouds. Beautiful ambience. It's a beautiful atmosphere this early morning, with slight rain drizzling. And on my right, I can actually see a beautiful rainbow. Wow, this is really nice. Heading up towards Lubhu, I can see a bridge crossing and an interesting location to take a photograph of the beautiful rainbow. Let's find a nice location. You can see a river down below. This is known as Godavari River, and that rainbow, wow. Let's take a photograph. Heading up from the Godavari River, I am now entering the beautiful historical town of Lubhu. And in the distance, I can see a beautiful temple, a masterpiece in ruin. I hope they restore it to its former glory. Beautiful temple. Lubhu is a beautiful Newari town with many historical, traditional, and cultural significance. The town has a typical Newari feeling, with the house made up of wood and brick, and the people speaking in their native Newari language. Many of the beautiful and fascinating temples are scattered throughout the region and are rarely visited by outsiders. Cycling through the small town of Lubhu gives you a chance to take in the beauty of the culture, the tradition, religion, and the heritage of this area. I really enjoyed the ambience of the town, the liveliness, and the old town charm. Heading up from the historic town of Lubhu, I'm now taking the road towards Lamatar to explore the beautiful countryside. Lamatar lies at the foothills of the surrounding mountains. It's a beautiful town surrounded by green lush vegetation, a lot of green space. With the monsoon, I really like the greenery. And speaking of the mountain, hiding behind the cloud is the tallest mountain in the Kathmandu valley. It's called the Fulchoki Hill. It's about approximately 2,700 meters, directly in front of me. the rice fields really caught my attention. It's really beautiful. The terrace with lush green rice paddies. Let me take a photograph. Searching for a good location. I'm going to get a low angle with the hut in the background and the rice field in the foreground. Also, let me take a close-up of the rice field with some beautiful bokeh in the background blur that is. Moving on, I notice a village hut, and looks like a good composition from this angle. So after cycling for approximately 12 kilometers, I have now reached the location of the hidden waterfall in Lubhu. It's called the Lubhu Waterfall, and to reach the waterfall I need to take this uneven road, dirt road, and hike all the way down towards the banks of the river down below. And hidden behind the vegetation is the Lubhu Waterfall. So after hiking all the way from up there, I can see the waterfall of Lubhu. It's a beautiful waterfall surrounded by dense vegetation. It's really peaceful here. Alright, with all the photography done, now it's time to head back, starting with this hill climb. Okay, I'm heading back up this road, which will lead us to the highway, the new highway that joins Lubhu and Panoti. And on the way, I noticed a hut. So this is going to be the last photo of today's photo walk or photo cycle. Today's photo walk, photo cycle, cycling and street photography session. I really had fun. It was really relaxing and really beautiful, exploring the beautiful old historic town of Lubhu. The countryside ambience was really captivating. The beautiful ambience of Lamatar, that is, with its lush green vegetation and green space, and also exploring the hidden waterfall. That was truly beautiful. So that's it for today. So I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did, and I do encourage you to go for a cycle, go for a photo walk. It's quite fun. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and namaste.